Hey everyone, so I'm getting ready tonight to head out to New Zealand tomorrow. This is a trip I've been wanting to take now for almost 3 years, and I'm finally just making it a reality. I have a flight to Newark and then connecting to San Francisco, and then from there directly to Auckland. My pianist, Craig, who I play in duo with, is going with me, and so we're meeting in San Francisco and flying standby from there. I feel like I have no idea what I'm about to get myself into, but I'm just like excited to spend a week completely just immersed in like the most beautiful country on the planet. This last week and then the weeks going forth after this spring break trip are just going to be insane. Just so much traveling, so much practicing, so much performance, and everything, and I just know it's going to be crazy, and so I really need this period to just relax and unwind away from my instrument and the general expectations of society. Hey everyone, so today begins my amazing long trip to New Zealand, and I'm starting my day just like most travel days, making a sandwich for the flight. Banana. Well, I just got to San Francisco. I've had a really easy day flying standby so far. Apparently, though, an hour after I left Newark Airport, there was like an emergency where a burning plane apparently landed and Newark shut down for an hour, so I guess I made it out just in time. Literally what? We have like 10 hours before our flight to Auckland today, and we're just hanging out. We had a big like flight issue where we had to rebook our flights a number of times this morning, so that was annoying, but we're like in this like outdoor garden space here in San Francisco International Airport, and it's kind of cool. We just tried to get food, and he bought a like, how much is that? Like $9 burrito thing. We have so many hours until we have to leave for Auckland, and we don't even know if we're going to make the flight, so we're just kind of indefinitely in San Francisco Airport today. These two missed their flight to Shanghai, and I don't know, they keep going up to the desk and doing stuff, and we're like betting on whether they're going to actually get boarded because their flight is still hanging out here. Update, the plane is leaving, and they are out of luck. We have been in this airport all day and basically doing nothing but walking back and forth around the terminals and watching Netflix. We have about 45 to 50 minutes until we start boarding for Auckland, so we're getting to the home stretch here, and our flight looks good at this point. We descend to our gate to await our fate. Go first. This is getting intense. So many people, it's so stressful. Hi. Yes.
31K, let me see.
We both got seats, and we got seats next to each other, and it's so exciting. We're about to head off on this 13-hour flight, and it's just such a relief after checking our seat assignments all day to see what the availability was. And you know, flying standby is always very stressful, and so this is like the hugest relief ever. So I'm so excited.
Taxi for the next few minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. No carry-on luggage stowed.
We just got through customs here in Auckland, and we're looking for public transportation. Ideally a train, but we might have to take a bus. We We've been in Auckland now for like just over an hour maybe, and we just checked into our hostel. It's just surprising. Everyone is so nice here. It's really refreshing. Do you have anything you want to add?
It's hot.
We just showered and got ourselves clean after sort of 2 days of not doing those things. And we're walking to Mount Eden for a hike.
You have to like walk up a mountain to get to mountain.
It is so weird to see the cars driving on the side of the road.
Maybe not surprisingly, these scooters are also in New Zealand.
Oh, that noise made me want to go.
The sign said keep off slope.
So I naturally wandered over here and then found these pairs of sunglasses just sitting in the grass. So it's really early in the morning and we're heading out of our hostel. It kind of looks like boring in this hostel, but like whatever. Starting the day off right. We are on our way to a beach this morning. Stopping at a little coffee shop here. Volcano in the background. I really hope this tree doesn't fall on us. Auckland everywhere. So we're on our way out of Auckland today. Gonna head to the grocery store, get some food for the go, and we're heading to a flight to Christchurch. We are on such a tight budget here in New Zealand that basically all I can afford to get are these yummy, I don't know, chocolate swirl pastry things. I mean, they're amazing. It's just a bunch of sugar, but we're walking all of our food off. We just aren't eating a lot of protein, which isn't that great.
It feels weird to be flying domestically.
We didn't even have to show our boarding passes going through security, which is crazy because it's just like, how do they even know like who the people are that are going through security? Like, American airports are so much stricter than that.
Just arrived. What a fancy airport with little beanbag lounge chairs.
People in New Zealand just want the best for you.
Our grocery store of choice here in New Zealand is called New World, ironically. Hey, so it's day number 3 here in New Zealand, and we're in the city of Dunedin. It's really pretty, but we're not really doing anything here. We're heading out and we're going to see this thing called the Rocky Rocks, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And some other cool outdoorsy things, so yay. Well, it was a long drive to the rocks, but here we are. There's just like boulders, very round everywhere. So we tried to go to New Zealand's only castle, but it costs like $35, so we were like,
Each.
nope. But now we're heading to a really beautiful beach. Sand blows so nicely across the beach, and there's no rocks, no shells. Someone literally carved a staircase through the stone to get down to this thing we're seeing. So most of the things we've done on this trip in 2 days have not really been what I associate with New Zealand, although I think that everything we do going along gets like more and more New Zealand. Like this is pretty like epic here. First time stopping for gas, and this looks very expensive. So right now we're in a city called Milton, and we're on our way to Nugget Point Lighthouse.
It's definitely just a small town.
But we stopped for coffee so that I don't fall asleep at the wheel. But this is like the best iced coffee with mocha I've ever gotten. I told her to like make it like they would at Dunkin' Donuts, but I don't know if that fazed her. She made it like really like a smoothie, but it's like an iced coffee. It's kind of amazing.
Thanks, Cafe Lola.
So we're walking through what appears to be a rainforest, heading towards some sort of fall. So I'm hoping that we get there and there's a huge waterfall. That would be amazing.
This one we found is totally epic.
So we just spent some time at a little restaurant here. We're staying at a campsite tonight, basically just staying in our car. Basically right along the coast. We almost drove over a cliff into the ocean. That was fun. It's like pitch black.
May not make it out of New Zealand, I think.
So we stopped at this bougie cafe last night and had like this pizza that was made with like brie and jam, and it was really good. And then we camped here overnight in this kind of like trailer park campground area and just like slept in our car overnight. So that was like kind of uncomfortable, but we had a nice view of the stars and everything. It's weird, there's all these like corn-like structures around here. Like it feels like I'm in like the Children of the Corn or something. It's kind of weird. So we're in New Zealand's southernmost.
We're like super white.
Oh. So we're in New Zealand's southernmost city called Invercargill, and it's kind of dainty. Not
It's cute.
like, really much here. Like kind of reminds me of like the town that I always used to go visit my great grandma in once in a while when I was a child. That bored me to death. So we're in Te Anau, which is like the base of Fiordland National Park area, and we're trying to find another campground for the night to basically just park our car and sleep. And they're so expensive here. Last night I think we paid like 35 New Zealand dollars, but then this one that we were just at here, you can see people's tents and stuff. They wanted like, can you open that? They wanted like $23 per person to basically park. That's really bad. So we are in a campground just a little ways away from Milford Sound, and in our car converted it basically into some sort of area to sleep in. Again, brushing our tooths.
You know you're a musician when you drink your wine to a sea. We're stuck in the back of the car camping, waiting to go to Milford Sound. But we're in New Zealand, so it's worth it.
the elusive kiwi? So this morning we are taking a boat cruise on Milford Sound, which is this beautiful canyon.
So interestingly, of all the places we've been, this place is very kind of like isolated on the western coast of the South Island, and like there's so many people here from all over the world. We're hearing like Dutch people and more Americans than we've seen elsewhere, so that's surprising. But it's like straight up something out of like Jurassic Park here. There were all these random late people to the boat cruise, and like they're much nicer than like airport gate agents are about latecomers, because they like somehow like allowed them to still get on, unlike those people who were going to Shanghai and San Francisco. So we just got done with the cruise, and now we're walking around kind of this area that was underwater this morning, and now I guess the tide went down. Taking some time after exploring Milford Sound to explore the area around Milford Sound and Fiordland, around the Teano area where we're staying tonight. So currently in sort of like a rainforest, hiking.
So we're on this really ratchet bridge, super shaky. If you lose your balance, well, that's unfortunate.
I guess we're herding a sheep this morning that got lost.
Get in, get in.
No, Brandon, you gotta stay. No, okay, over here. You gotta. Don't leave a gap for it to run out. Do what I'm doing. And fill in the space. There you go.
Hee we did it.
It's like. So we just pulled over and looked out the window. Lo and behold, down the ditch, sunglasses. So,
Twinsies.
some for me now. Woo!
We are taking a break from all of our sightseeing in the mountains, and we're in Queenstown today, which is very beautiful. It's like kind of like Boulder, Colorado, except better. And there's like all this art festivals going on and really great shopping.
Gift shops in New Zealand are so much better than the United States.
This dog barks when its owner sings. So we've been photographing this tree here in
For an hour.
Wanaka, yes, for like an hour, but we're like not the only ones. There's like other people, but there was a lot more like
a little bit ago, so, but it's amazing. This tree is just like randomly growing in the middle of the lake, although it's not really that far offshore, but like still it's really interesting and Instagrammable. So following our photo shoot with the Wanaka tree this morning, we're on a like 4-hour hike up to Isthmus Peak. It's gonna be the first long hike we're taking on this whole trip, and it's sort of consuming our whole day. So, and there's like really low clouds, so we're probably gonna be walking into the clouds at some point, so that'll be fun. We literally get to go straight through the sheep on the way up this mountain. Sheep. I'm dying on this hike. It is extremely warm up here, even though we just went through the clouds. And I definitely brought way too much clothing with me. So we are in the Christchurch airport right now. Our last day in New Zealand was very interesting. I mean, most of the day was super beautiful, just a lot of the same stuff, driving past beautiful lakes and all sorts of things. And then we went in Christchurch tonight to visit the memorial for the Christchurch shootings a few days ago, which was really sad to see. And then coming back to our rental car, we found that our back side window had been smashed through. And that the only thing taken was my laptop, which is what I make these videos on. So I have no idea when my next video will be coming, but we are beginning the long journey back to America and our respective cities there. So this trip was very amazing, very enlightening, and now I'm sure we both want to move to New Zealand. So,
Kiwi.
yes. We're about to catch our flight back to San Francisco. We both got seats. Standby gods are in our favor today, but the rental car gods are not, as I'm probably going to have to pay for the window that was punctured in our car. So, you know, New Zealand was great. For some reason, I have an issue with leaving countries. Well, I just got back into my apartment complex in Louisville, and I have to say, I feel like the world has gotten a lot smaller after this New Zealand trip. I had 4 flights today, which was really crazy, but they all worked out really well, no standby problems. Also, the car company for the car we rented in Christchurch is covering the window that broke in our accident the other day. So, really good about that, but I still don't have my laptop and have no idea what's gonna happen, so stay tuned.